Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. 2018 Fireballs here, back with another MLB 9 Innings 22 video. We're back with the showcasing series today, and as always guys, remember if you want to be part of the showcasing series, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and you can comment your team name down below requesting to be showcased, and then last but not least, don't forget to send me an in-game friend request to 2018 Fireballs. But let's get straight into this video with the first team that we have to showcase today. So the first team we have up today is Shark Hill. He has a free-to-play team with a St. Louis S set deck and Diamond A set deck. Let's get straight into the lineup. Batting first is an Albert Pujols 2006, one of his better years, a 75 base overall. Train is a bit high to the right side, actually a lot to the right side. So what I would do is retrain this card, go for 15 or less, or even 14 or less to the right side. Since this card is such a great card, you want to make it as good as it can possibly be. And yeah, definitely get less than 16 speed on the next train that you do on him. And then looking at the skills, charisma and 5-tool player, not a terrible skill set, but not the greatest skill set. And you are a free-to-play team, so I would go ahead and retrain this card to the best of your ability when you have the resources, and then change those skills to something, whether it be charisma, spotlight, slugger, and even batting machine. Any of those skills combined together would make this an endgame card. And you could possibly even get, well, if you keep this train, maybe you could get Barrel It Up, but Barrel It Up wouldn't be really in the conversation for this card since it has a low base speed. So yeah, stick with those 4 skills that I mentioned, and this card can be a beast. Batting second is a Show and Dice, and he is at level 12 out of 12. Pretty good card for the St. Louis Cardinals. The train is way too much to the right side, so you're definitely going to want to retrain that. 15 or less to the right side, like I said. Only 1 to power through 12 is just not going to cut it. And then the skills, Charisma, Fastball Crusher, and Hawkeye, definitely change those skills to a combination of 2 gold skills later down the line. And then batting third, you have a Nolan Arenado 2021 card. Believe this is his only St. Louis card at the moment besides his live card, but you did an awesome job with the train right there. 21 to power is crazy, and you got I second, which is really good since it has a low base I, and then 11 to contact, rounding off the special training. And then looking at the skills, Charisma, Slugger, Instinct, Batting Machine. Good job with going Charisma, Slugger, Instinct, and Batting Machine as the third. This card is an endgame card for you, so do nothing to change it. Just keep him the way he is, and he's doing great, or a great job putting him third in the lineup. He's an awesome card to have. Fourth in the lineup, you have a Legend, Harmon Killebrew. Really wish this card was still in the game. Believe this is better than the Ralph Kiner Legend card. Might be wrong, but 75 base overall anyways, 11 to the right side through level 12. You could retrain that. My cutoff for training is if it's more than 10 to the right side through level 11 or level 10, I would go ahead and retrain that. But for the skills, you're definitely going to want to look for a triple gold skill, and even take him to Black Diamond when you can get the Black Diamond material. Batting fifth in the lineup, you have Yadier Molina 2017, one of his better years, not his best year though. I believe his 2012 Prime is the best year you can get. He is retiring soon, so definitely keep this card in your lineup as long as you can. Perfect grade increase, and the train is really high to the right side, so I would go ahead and retrain that. And then the skills, Professional Batting Machine, RBI Machine, definitely going to need a skill change later down the line when you have skill changes. Fourth in the not fourth, but sixth in the lineup is a Lou Brock 1974, and this card has very high speed and low power, so I wouldn't keep this card in the lineup for long since he is only a gold. It's a really cool card, Lou Brock. They will be removing the Supreme cards and the players after September when the historic packs end, so definitely keep this card, but not in your lineup for long. I would go ahead and replace him with a diamond when you can. The Cardinals have quite a few good outfielders, so he would definitely be in the lineup for only a short period of time. And then you have a Randall Grichuk batting 7th in the lineup, 2017 card. Not sure which is his best year, but I'm pretty sure all of his cards have low I. So good job at getting high I with this train right here. Would have really liked to have seen power though. Only 16th at level 20 is not terrible, but you definitely want to get that special training to power at least second, since this card does have fairly high power. So I would go ahead and retrain that, sadly, even though it's 16 to the right side. Excuse me. And then as for the skills, Charisma, Master Base Thief, not the worst skill set, but it could be much better. So keep the skills for now. It's better than Molina, Killebrew, and Schoendeist right now, so I would prioritize those 3 cards over Grichuk first, and then get him some new skills once you get other decent skills, 2 good gold skills on the other 3 cards that I mentioned. 8th in the lineup is Marcell Ozuna 2018, another really good Cardinals card. 10 on the right side through level 10. You could keep going with this train, or you could retrain though. He has 10 to power though, so I could see why you're keeping this train right now. Keep going with it. If it gets more to the right side, definitely go for a retrain. And then looking at the skills, Spotlight, Charisma, that's a keeper right there. 2 really good gold skills. That's what you want to see on the other cards. Too bad there wasn't a 3rd skill, but this is a very acceptable skill set for now. And last in your lineup, you have Edmundo Sosa. I believe that's his name. Yep, Edmundo Sosa. And you could definitely replace him with Paul DeJong if you pull him. I'm not sure if he's in the game right now. I'm pretty sure he is. But yeah, definitely try to replace him with Paul DeJong if you can. This card doesn't really have good base stats at all, so I wouldn't worry about the train, and I wouldn't worry too much about the skills. Keep him in the lineup as long as you can until you pull a better St. Louis Cardinals shortstop. So that does it for the batters lineup. Let's go into the pitching rotation now with the starting pitchers. You have Adam Wainwright 2010 Prime as your ace. And looking at the train, 11 to stamina's a bit too high through level 20. My cutoff for stamina is 8 or less. Since you're a free-to-play team, you may want to shoot for lower since you want to perfect this card. So 7 or less would be really good. And it looks like you tried going for a finesse train, but he doesn't have the finesse pitcher skill. Dominant pitcher, Iron Will, put away pitch is not the worst triple gold skill set, but it could be much better. So it is triple golds though, so I would keep it for now and focus on other cards that don't have gold skills. But absolutely retrain this card for high velocity and high location while trying to get as much fastball since you do have the dominant pitcher skill. Second in the rotation is a gold Michael Wacha 2015. It's a signature card, and you did a really nice job with the train. Only 7 to stamina, which is good. And I would say go ahead and grade increase this once you get a grade increase. As a free-to-play team, I'm pretty sure you're waiting for the Pick'em GI if you can get lucky enough, unless you have a spare GI sitting around anywhere, whether that be from the off-season or even compensation. But definitely grade increase this card as soon as you can, keep the train, and then try to roll something. Honestly, try to roll finesse pitcher if you can when you grade increase this to diamond, since his train lines up for the finesse pitcher bonus. I'm not exactly sure, haven't done the math, but I believe you would get the finesse pitcher bonus after special training him through level 10, even through black diamond training. With velocity second with the special training, that would be very good. So definitely keep him the way he is. Prioritize this card for the grade increase when you get one though. Third in the rotation is a Lance Lynn 2017. I believe he's injured right now, so good job at getting him at level 20 out of 20 though. 10 to stamina is a bit high, so I would retrain that when you have the resources to do so. Dominant pitcher, Mess, and Giant Crusher. If this is a 3-3 set, awesome job right there. Keep this skill set and use green tickets and blue tickets. If I were to use green tickets, I would definitely use it on cleaning up your mess. Dominant pitcher, in my opinion, is not a very, very good gold skill to have unless it's paired with finesse pitcher or just finesse pitcher. If you pair it with last boss, it doesn't really do that well either. Or even a legend skill. If you pair it with a legend skill, it could be good, but dominant pitcher, in my opinion, is not as good as cleaning up your mess, and it's probably on par with some of the mid-tier gold skills. So if this is a 3-3 set, only if this is a 3-3 skill set, use green tickets and blue tickets on it. If not, open up a skill slot storage, and you may want to try for something else later down the line. But like I said, the same thing for Wainwright. Since it is a triple gold skill set, prioritize the other cards that don't have any gold skills or only one good gold skill. Fourth in the rotation is a Luke Weaver 2017. Decent starting pitcher for the Cardinals. Good train on him so far. Only 5 to stamina through level 12. Keep going with that. And then you have dominant pitcher, firefighter, power pitcher. So definitely prioritize his skills over Wayno and over Lance Lynn right now. You're going to want to try and roll a combination of last boss, finesse pitcher, untouchable, and dominant pitcher if you can get it with finesse pitcher. So any of those skills combined together would be really, really good for this card as it stands. Last in the pitching rotation is a Kwang Hyung Kim. Not sure where he is in the league right now. Might be in AAA, might have gone back to the league in Japan, not too sure. But he's a solid card overall, and you have to probably retrain him. 8 to stamina, yeah, that's a bit high through level 10. You have Dominant Pitcher warmed up in Ace, and yes, so after you skill change Weaver, I would go ahead and skill change Kim when you have the skill changes to do so. And like I mentioned, Last Boss, Finesse Pitcher, Dominant Pitcher, and Untouchable, any combination of those skills would be really, really good. Going into the bullpen, Joe Kelly, 2013. His only St. Louis Cardinals year, not a bad card at all. And at level 16 out of 16, stamina is way too high. That's a lot of location, but the velocity does need to be high since it does have a low 65 base stat. So that's a retrain right there. And then the skills, for Setup Man, you want to look for Setup Man, the Setup Man skill, Winning Streak, Last Boss, and Finesse Pitcher. Any of those skills are really good. Untouchable and Dominant Pitcher don't do really well on relief pitchers for whatever reason. I don't know why, but those skills that I mentioned are the ones you want to look for on a Setup Man. And then looking at your second Setup Man, you have Alex Reyes, through 14 levels, 6 to stamina, is okay, but since the train has a lot to fastball and break, you ideally want more location and velocity, so I would say to retrain this when you have the coins to do so. Definitely keep this card, it's a good card to have. Last Boss, Iron Will Power Pitcher, and like the skills that I mentioned that you should get on Joe Kelly, I would do the same for this card. Getting into the middle relievers, you have a Ryan Helsley, yeah, butchering names left and right here. 10 to stamina is high, and as a Black Diamond, honestly, I would try to roll premium skill change tickets. He's not the best card that you can have as a St. Louis Cardinals deck. There are definitely better relief pitchers out there. Since he is Black Diamond, what I would do is roll premium skill change tickets on him, and then look for pitcher's chemistry. This card is perfect for pitcher's chemistry since he isn't the best reliever. You can insert him in the long relief role where Doolittle is, and then try to roll pitcher's chemistry. That's what I would do with this card. Second middle relief pitcher is a Gold Juan Nicasio, and not too much to say about him other than you should probably replace him with a Diamond card as soon as possible. When you get the Diamond S set deck, believe me, you'll see a significant increase in your team's performance. So don't worry about his train and don't worry about his skills. Just focus on replacing him with a Diamond card when you can. And the third middle reliever in your rotation is a Cody Whitley, and he's also a gold card, so the same thing with Nicasio. Try to replace him with a Diamond. He doesn't have a terrible train through level 12, but then again, don't need to focus on him too much. Just try and get a Diamond to replace him. Then long reliever is Sean Doolittle. This is actually a really, really nice card. Possible 25th man if you don't pull anything better, but he's a long reliever, so I won't say too much about him. And he's a non-team card. If I were you, I would try to replace him with a team card that is a Diamond as soon as you can. And then finally, in your closer role, you have a Jason Isringhausen, and he is a gold as well. I would try to replace him with a Diamond when you can, like the other golds. Not a terrible skill set for a closer, though, as a gold winning streak golden pitcher. So yeah, just try to replace him with a Diamond. Don't worry about the train. And that's going to do it for your team. Overall, a solid St. Louis Cardinals team. Arenado is your really, really outstanding card. I love this card so much. Just the way you developed him and the way you skilled him is near perfect. Everything else, though, could use a little work. Replacing golds with diamonds, and then skill changing and training here and there. And then once you do that, your team is on the right track to become one of the better teams in the game. So great job, man, with your team. Glad I could showcase your entire lineup and pitching rotation. And good luck on developing your team. And definitely, last but not least, definitely get a great increase for Michael Wacha as soon as you can. That signature card is going to be beautiful when you can roll some skills on him. But thank you again, and we'll move on into the next team. Up next, we have Bartolo Tanks, who runs a Boston Red Sox B set deck and a Diamond S set deck. So let's get straight into the lineup. Actually, I see the memo right there. Hi, 2018 Fireballs. Hello, bro. Good to be reviewing your team today, and let's get straight into it with the first batter, Rafael Devers, 2020. One of his better years, and as you can see, that great increased distribution, even though he has a low base overall, is just insane to the left side. 22 to contact and 23 to power. And then your train isn't terrible at all on him, only 6 to the right side through level 12, so that's actually insane. So yeah, keep going with that train, and 12 to power is already really good. Hopefully you can get more to that and more to eye, since his eye is a low base stat. But keep on going with that, man. That's going to be a great train if it goes the way you want it to. And then looking for the skills right here, 5-tool player slugger, not the best, so he could use a skill change later down the line. Second in the lineup is a Alex Verdugo 2020 signature card. This card is actually not terrible since he has a good grade increase distribution, and you have 20 to 21 on the right side, which is pretty high, so I would go ahead and retrain this when you have the coins to do so. You want all that special training to go to the left side, and I would go Power 1, I2, and Contact 3. And looking at the skills, Batting Machine Charisma is a good skill set to keep. Not the greatest, but it is doable for now, so great job with those, and he probably just needs to retrain for now. Third in the lineup is a Black Diamond Mookie Betts Prime. Insane card here, 74 base, and the train could be a bit better. That's pretty high to the right side. Look for 15 or lower to the right side when training a card. Slugger Instinct Charisma is an awesome skill set to have though, so all that needs to be done with this card is just to retrain, go for Power 1, I2, and Contact 3, and then 15 or less or 14 or less to the right side. Fourth in the lineup is a Christian Vasquez 2019. This is his best year, and at level 18 out of 18 you have 16 to the right side. It's a bit much, but since he is a catcher and you could get the stability bonus, this isn't a terrible train, but if you're really picky about getting the most out of your batting stats, I would go ahead and retrain this. Go for Power 1, I2, and Contact 3, or you could even go for I1 since it is the lowest base stat and it is significantly lower than Power and Contact. And then looking at the skills, Slugger Instinct, Laser Beam, Charisma. Hey, that's actually not a bad skill set right there. Slugger Instinct, Charisma is awesome. And then as the third skill, Laser Beam, since he is a catcher, that's actually really good since he can throw out base runners from the catcher's position. So I would keep that skill set for a long time to come. Some may beg to differ and say you should roll a better third skill like Batting Machine, but I like to stick to the assumption that Laser Beam in certain places and certain positions helps out a lot, so I would keep this skill set. And then yeah, just maybe tweak the train if you want to. I'd keep it for now. Others would beg to differ, but this is a really good card overall. Fifth in the lineup is Xander Bogaerts 2016, one of his better cards, so good job at getting him. That's 19 to the right side, so a bit high. You definitely want to get him more power and eye since his fielding takes a lot of the grade increase points away. And then looking at the skills, Barrel Up Charisma, good skill set. Probably won't get the Barrel It Up bonus, but it's a good enough skill set to keep for now. If I were you, I would try to roll Spotlight, Slugger Instinct, or Charisma, and even Batting Machine on him if you can. Then batting sixth in the lineup as your designated hitter is an Albert Pujols 2006 crazy card with crazy hitting stats to the left side. And looking at the train, 12 to the right side through level 12, I wouldn't worry about this card too much since he's not a team card. It's a decent train and then no skills on him, so I assume the only reason you have him inside the lineup is because he has good base hitting stats. So definitely look to replace him with a team card from a team selective diamond pack in the future. Seventh in the lineup is a Kevin Youkilis 2008, his only card in the game besides his prime. And then 10 to the right side through level 10. I would retrain this. My borderline for trains is if you have 10 to the right side through level 10, you should probably retrain him and look for 8 or lower to the right side through 10 levels of training. And then looking at the skills, Slugger Instinct, Hawkeye, Pull Hit. So out of all your cards, I would prioritize this card's skills on top since he only has one good gold skill. You want to try and at least get two good gold skills to make this card perform well. Eighth in the lineup is a Michael Conforto 2018. Actually a pretty decent card considering his high base power. And then totally opposite of what you should have for a train. That's over 30 to the right side, so you definitely want to retrain him. He's not a team card, but he is leveled up pretty high, so he may stick in the lineup for a while, and he's out of the game. So it's up to you. I would personally take this card out of the lineup and replace him with a team card if you have a better one. He doesn't have great skills, so there's nothing to really worry about there. Yeah, so if you want to retrain him, go ahead, but I personally wouldn't. I would just replace him with a team card when you get the chance to. And then finally, batting last in the lineup is Travis Shaw 2018. Hopefully you can pull his Red Sox card. His Red Sox card is actually pretty decent, and only 8 to the right side through level 10, so wouldn't worry about him since he's not a team card with a train. And then skills are okay. Ace Specialist, not the greatest, and Master Base Thief, still not the greatest, but he's a non-team card. Just look to replace those 3 non-team cards with team cards when you have the ability to do so. And then I see this Billy Williams on the bench. Definitely go ahead and grade increase him once you get a grade increase to do so. Moving on into the pitching rotation. Starting rotation, ace, you have Tanner Houck, 2021. A really good card considering he has low stamina. The grade increase points balance out more evenly between the velocity and location, and the fastball and the break. 12 is definitely way too high through level 16. Aim for 8 stamina, 7 stamina, or lower. And then looking at the skills, Untouchable Mess and Innie Eater. Not a terrible skill set, but with these skills you want to try and put in as many active skills throughout the entire game. So if you were to place him into a game right now, Untouchable would be the only active skill. So you definitely want to try and land a skill set that has Finesse Pitcher and Dominant Pitcher. Inning Eater's not terrible, but since he does have low stamina, he probably won't get the Inning Eater bonus. So I would go ahead and reskill him by opening up a skill slot storage. And if you do have Black Diamond pieces, I would definitely prioritize him for Black Diamond and retrain. So yeah, this is an awesome signature card to have. Just needs a retrain and some new skills. Second in the rotation is a Dallas Keuchel Prime. Another good card, only 5 to stamina, so good job at getting that. And it's through level 14, or actually only level 12. So you could keep training him as a non-team card. This is an excellent train to have on any card, non-team or team. And then skills, Iron Will, Inning Eater. Not too good gold skills at all. So you could skill change him if you'd like, keep him as your 25th man. It's not a terrible card to have as a 25th man or 26th man, since he does have high base stats. So reskill maybe down the line, and then definitely keep going with this train. Third in the rotation is another Diamond Prime, Max Scherzer 2018 through level 16, and 9 to stamina through level 16 is a bit high. He's not a team card, but his card is a little better than Keuchel's. Finesse Pitcher, Pitching Machine, not a bad skill set. It's halfway decent. Pitching Machine's an okay silver skill, and Finesse Pitcher's an elite gold skill. So I would keep him the way he is for now. He's not a team card, and you could keep him over Keuchel if you'd like. But in general, replacing a team card with any of these primes would be the best decision in my opinion. Fourth in the lineup is a Nathan Eovaldi 2020. I assume his stats are going to drop in the next live update since he hasn't had a great set of games in the past couple starts he's done. So you may want to wait on him, see how he performs. I wouldn't invest too much into him since he's a live card. He may end up tanking at the end of the season. You just never know what may happen. So you could keep going with the train with him for now. Keep upgrading him sparingly. If you do have a different card like his 2020 card, I would prioritize that over this one. And hey, if he ends up being better, good for you. You can get to use him, you're able to use him and able to skill him. But definitely hold off on skill changing him or even upgrading him for the time being since he is a live card. Fifth in the lineup is a Mark Burley Prime 05, so your third Diamond Prime. Actually your fourth Diamond Prime since you do have that Mookie Betts, so impressive with the amount of Diamond Primes that you have. This one is probably the worst Diamond Prime out of all the ones that you have. Only 2 to stamina though through level 10, which is a pretty good train. And then looking at the skills, Inning Eater, Untouchable, and Firefighter. Again, wouldn't invest too much into him. He's not the greatest Diamond Prime at all, and he does have low base velocity. So I would look to use him in a combo later on and replace him with a better Red Sox starting pitcher. Getting into the bullpen, Luis Severino 2021, not a terrible non-team relief pitcher. His train's actually pretty bad though. And then looking at the skills, Ace Firefighter could definitely be much better. So he's not a team card though. So with all non-team cards, look to replace them with team cards. And then just for reference, skills for middle relievers, or sorry, not middle relievers, for starters. Excuse me, I'm getting my stuff mixed up right now. For setup man, you want to see the setup man skill and winning streak, last boss, finesse pitcher. Any of those skills combined would be good for any setup man. So definitely replace them with a team card and look for any of those skills when you do get a team card. Second setup man is Garrett Whitlock 2021. This card is one of the better Red Sox relief pitchers, only 5 to stamina through level 12, so keep going with the train. Untouchable Ace, Iron Will, triple golds right there, should do decent. But like I said, with the skills that I mentioned earlier, try to look for that on him. And getting into your middle relievers, Matt Barnes 2021, his best card. Through level 14, 8 stamina is a bit high. With relievers, you want to aim for 6 stamina or lower. That's my personal opinion. And looking at the skills, Untouchable, Pitching Machine, Iron Will, you're going to want to look for other skills such as Finesse Pitcher, Finesse Pitcher, Fixer, and Last Boss. And even Setup Man would do pretty well on any middle reliever. Fourth, your second middle reliever is Byung-Hun Kim, 2003, another really good Sox relief pitcher. And Pitching Machine, Finesse Pitcher is his skill set, not terrible. Similar to Max Scherzer, it's a keepable skill set, but not the greatest. So it's up to you. He is a middle reliever and your second middle reliever at that. So I would skill change him to any of those skills that I mentioned earlier. And then 5 to stamina through level 10 is a bit high, so I would go ahead and retrain that when you have the coins to do so. Last middle reliever is a Brazier, 2020, not his best year. 2018 is his best year. But the skills right here, Untouchable Mess, not the greatest. It's a triple gold skill set though, so I would keep it. He's in the back of the middle relief role, so I wouldn't focus on him too much. His train could use a little improvement as well, but it's all up to you since he is in the back of your pitching rotation. Then finally, your long reliever, not going to focus too much. 10 to stamina is a bit high. No Ramirez isn't the greatest Sox relief pitcher, so I wouldn't worry about him too much. I would focus more on replacing him with a Craig Kimbrell or any other better Sox relief pitcher. Finally, in your closer role, Chapman 2018, a really good non-team card to have. 5 to stamina through level 14 is actually pretty good, so you could keep going with this train if you please. And then Dominant Pitcher Setup Man, not a terrible skill set at all. Could be better, but as a closer, this is a suitable skill set for him. So definitely keep this card as long as you can in the lineup, but look to replace him with a team card later down the road. That's probably going to be in the far future. Long term, I would see this card in your team long term since it is one of the elite relief pitchers in the game. And that's going to pretty much do it for the entire team. Overall, very good skills, very good trains. Could use improvements, of course, here and there. Definitely a great increase to the legend when you can. And Black Diamond either Verdugo or Tanner Houck when you have enough Black Diamond pieces. Wait on Eovaldi until the end of the season, and then just focus on replacing non-team cards with team cards when you get better team cards to replace them with. But overall, good team, you're making good progress, and I can't wait to see your team later down the line. But that's going to do it for this team, and let's move on to the final team in today's video. Alright, so the last team we have up today is King1106, and he runs the New York Yankees S-Set deck with a Diamond S-Set deck. So, getting straight into the lineup, first in the lineup is a Didi Gregorius 2018 signature, his best year with the Yankees, and it's a Black Diamond. 14 to the right side, great train right there, 18 in power, 14 contact, or 14 eye and 11 contact. Great job with the distribution for special training. Then you have Spotlight and went Barrel It Up, level 8. He does get the Barrel It Up bonus, so an awesome job with this card. Beautiful leadoff card right here. Second in the lineup is an Aaron Judge 17. This is a very, very, very great power card. I don't even know how to describe it. Only 12 to the right side too, that's insane. 19 to power is crazy, 15 eye, and then 11 contact. So perfection right there with the train. And then you have Slugger Instinct, Spotlight. Only criticism with this card is that it doesn't have a third skill. Other than that, 160 power is amazing, and you haven't even gotten him to Black Diamond yet. So really, really good job. This is an impressive card, and one that will definitely stay in your lineup for years upon end. I doubt Aaron Judge will ever get a better card than his rookie year. Third in the lineup is Curtis Granderson 2011 Prime. Another insane train right here. 13 to the right side, 24 to power. Wow. And then 11 to eye and only 9 to contact, but contact has pretty high base stats, so it's not even that big of a deal, but that power is just out of this world, man. That's crazy. Spotlight, Batting Machine, Training Junkie. Good skill set right there. It could be better if he had Charisma or even Slugger's Instinct with that high power, but this is a good skill set nonetheless. Fourth in the lineup is a Robinson Cano 2012. For some reason, they added him back into the game and then took him out, and then they added him back, and now they've taken him out again. Comtuous just can't make up their mind. But anyways, with this card, 12 to the right side. Again, just a perfect endgame train right here. 17 to power, 16 to eye, and 12 to contact. Great job with that. Spotlight, Slugger Instinct, and then this is a great candidate for a blue ticket since that third skill is a level 6 skill. Definitely look for Charisma or even Batting Machine would make this card an in-game card. Barrel it up wouldn't be ideal. He does not reach the barrel it up bonus at all. So yeah, definitely look for a blue ticket to change that to either Spotlight, or not Spotlight, Charisma, or Batting Machine. Fifth in the lineup is Gary Sanchez, 2017. This card has great grade increase distribution, 11 to the right side. Wow. So every card you have so far has an endgame train. 18 to power, 15 to contact, 13 to eye. Only critique with that is that eye should pretty much be second since it does have the low base stat. Regardless, still a good card. And then Slugger Instinct, Charisma, Flashing the Leather. Flashing the Leather is pretty useless, but Charisma and Slugger Instinct is amazing, so great job with this card. Sixth in the lineup, Giancarlo Stanton, 2018, his best year with the Yankees, and it's 15 to the right side, 15 to power, 14 to eye, and 13 to contact, so I could see why he kept this train. He does get second to eye right there, which is good, but 15 to the right side is borderline, so out of all the cards, this is your worst card, but it's not terrible. I would keep that train for the time being, and if you plan on buying another Team Select signature pack, you could pull his 21 signature or his 2018 signature and upgrade to that instead. Spotlight, Slugger Instinct, another good skill set, not endgame, since it doesn't have a third skill, but awesome job with this card. Seventh in the lineup is a Brett Gardner, 2017. He is currently a free agent, so not with any teams right now and not in the game. 15 to the right side, 21 to power, 11 to eye, and 10 to contact, so he does get all special training to the left side, and 15 to the right side is borderline. Then again, he's not in the game right now, so you could retrain him. He may never end up being in the game ever again, so there might be no chance of pulling his sig. He does get the barrel it up bonus. Actually, with 100 speed, he might get the barrel it up bonus, but he doesn't have 225 contact or 240 contact and speed, or 225 contact plus speed. But it's a good skill set. Could do better with a third skill. But this is a good enough skill set to keep for now. Eighth in the lineup, Gio Urshela, 2019 signature card. I believe this is his best year with the Yankees, unless he has a 2020 signature. Another amazing train with 21 to power, only 15 to the right side, 12 to eye, and then 9 to contact. Even though you do have an insane power train on this card, you may want to retrain for higher eye. That's just my personal opinion. You could keep this train and it would still do well. Looking at the skills, Charisma, Batting Machine, Training Junkie, another really good candidate for a blue ticket right here. Training Junkie is a good third skill, but you could definitely max this card to endgame potential if you landed Spotlight or Slugger Instinct. So prioritize this card over, who was it? Not Sanchez. Cano, since he is a signature card and does have better hitting stats and a slightly better train as far as power is concerned. So yeah, just getting that third gold skill is something you want to work on right there, and possibly a retrain. 21 power is always good to see on a card though, so you can probably keep this train. Last in the lineup, Luke Voigt, 2019. This is a good card for him, but not his best card. You're definitely going to want to search for his 2020 card, one of the best cards in the game overall. As for this card, 15 to the right side, not bad. 15 to power, 15 eye, and 12 to contact. A good enough train right there. He's 9th in your lineup, so I wouldn't worry about him too much. And then 5-tool player, Charisma, Leg Day. Not a really good skill set, to be honest, for endgame purposes. But yeah, definitely look for his 2020 card and upgrade to that when you can. Or even look for a Joey Gallo. Gallo also has insane base stats that you could work with as a first baseman. Going into the pitching rotation, starting off with your ace is a Black Diamond Garrett Cole, 2021. Good train right here. Only 8 to stamina, which is borderline, but it's still good. 16 to break, 14 to location, and 10 to velocity. Kind of sad to see that break gets the first special training. Would have liked to see location get that, or velocity. But this card is a little bit harder to train for finesse, since actually it's not actually terribly hard to train for finesse. So I would go ahead and retrain this card, since it does easily get the finesse pitcher bonus, and you do have finesse pitcher and dominant pitcher. You could definitely work with a location 1, velocity 2, and break 3 for special training. So this card is really good. Skills are awesome with finesse and dom. I would just go ahead and retrain for that location, velocity, and then break. Second in the rotation is a Masahiro Tanaka 2016. I believe this is his prime year as well, so a really nice card that you have right here. It looks like you went for a dominant pitcher train, only 6 to stamina, and all special training lines up very, very, very nicely. Last boss, dominant pitcher, and then fixer. Great skill set right there. Good job of going last boss level 8. Only thing is, fixer isn't really a helpful skill, especially when you want to be winning games. So if you wanted to, you could use the blue ticket. Wouldn't prioritize it over your 2 batters, but it's a possibility in the future. Or you could even try and roll a legend skill on him. And the same goes for Cole. You could try to roll a legend skill on him, but Cole I wouldn't, since he does have a really nice finesse pitcher and dominant pitcher. In my opinion, finesse and dom are 2 of the best skills to have paired together, while dom and boss aren't the greatest in my opinion. They don't work well for me, so definitely prioritize Masahiro Tanaka for a premium skill change ticket in line to get a legend skill. You have a Guidry right here, 77 base, one of the best base overall pitchers in the game. 8 to stamina is a little bit high, but it's doable. 15 to velocity and 14 to fastball with 12 to location. Looks like for another dominant pitcher train, and it is with a slow starter skill, and awesome right there. So you've rolled a nice skill set on this card. Slow starter is an end game, top tier skill that you always want to have on any pitcher that you, any starting pitcher that you have, that is. So this is a keeper first skill set. You could also use a blue ticket to change put away pitch to something more useful later down the line. The only thing I really critique on this card is the train is a bit high to stamina, so you could definitely retrain him for the dom bonus. He has high fastball and decently high velocity, so it shouldn't be that terribly hard to retrain him when you have the resources. Fourth in the rotation is starting off with your SIGs. You have Luis Severino 2018. I believe this is his second best year. I believe his 2017 card is a little bit better than this year. Anyways, 9 to stamina, a bit high for the train to the stamina, but you do get the special training to velocity, location, and break. Looks like you went for a finesse pitcher train, and you do have finesse pitcher, so great job there. Good job with pitching machine as a third skill. Untouchable is a great second skill. Just the train could be a bit better. I like that you got velocity second though, so I could see why you kept this train. As long as stamina isn't at 10, double digits just doesn't look nice on any card. 9 is borderline okay, but definitely later down the line when you black diamond him, you're going to want to look for that slow starter skill and that perfect train. So keep him the way he is for now and work on him as a long-term project later down the line. Fifth in the rotation is a Chaeming Wang. I believe this is one of his worst years. His 07 and 06 are probably better than this. 64 base velocity is brutal. Great job of getting it as the first to special training. Only 4 to stamina is a beautiful sight to see. 15 to location and 11 to fastball. Nice job right there. Looks like you went for just a standard train. Looks like you don't get any bonus from this. So yeah, just untouchable and last boss. Good enough skill set to have. It's decent, and you're definitely going to want to probably take him to Black Diamond first, since he does have a pretty terrible base overall. It's pretty sad to see that his stamina is the only thing that's above a 70 overall as his base stats. So tough luck with this card, but using the best of your ability. It is a signature card, so you don't want him to go to waste. And take him to Black Diamond as soon as you can to roll a legend skill that will definitely boost his stats and boost his performance in ranked and in league mode. Getting into the bullpen, you have a David Robertson 2011 Prime, one of the best Yankees relief pitchers in the game. 15 to velocity, 14 fastball, 13 to break. 8 to stamina is a tad bit high, but it's doable. Last boss untouchable, not the worst skill set in the world for a setup man. And field commander is pretty useless, so I definitely open the skill slot storage and try to roll the setup man skill with winning streak, finesse pitcher, last boss. Any of those skills together would work really well for a setup man, but boss untouchable isn't terrible either. Second in the second setup man role, you have Chapman 2018. I believe this is his second best or best Yankees card. 6 to stamina is a great job with the train right there. Looks like you were trying to go for a finesse pitcher train. Actually, never mind. He doesn't even have enough location to beat out that fastball. Not fastball, but velocity. His velocity is insane on this card with the grade increase. Untouchable, winning streak, ace. Now that's what I like to see right there. Untouchable, actually, not the greatest skill set. This would be better as a closer skill set. Even then, I've heard untouchable isn't the greatest skill to have on any reliever. It works okay for me at times. It's on and off, but from what I've heard, Untouchable isn't great, so you may want to consider looking for a legend skill set on this card and possibly retrain for high velocity to max out that potential with the velocity. So I would open up a skill storage, see what you can get with premium skill change tickets. Bullpen Day would be ideal with any relief pitcher card, and even Control Master. So this is a great card to have. Just could use a little bit adjustment here and there to make it endgame. First middle relief pitcher you have is Adelin Betances 2017. They finally removed him from the game, even though he should have been removed a long time ago. Only 5 to stamina does a really good job through the entire train, 15 to velocity and 15 location, and then you'll get break as your third for special training. Fixer, winning streak, untouchable, good skill set right there as a middle reliever. That's the skill set you want to look for. And then winning streak, I guess if you end up ever taking the lead back and they keep him in the game, that's also not a bad skill to have as well. Second in your middle relief role is a Rudy May, last boss, fixer, and ace. Good middle relief set right there. Ace could be something else, but it's okay. Increases stats a slight bit, but boss and fixer is what the main skills are. And then you have 20 to velocity on that train, which is very, very nice. 13 location, and then 9 to fastball, which gets the third special training. So 8 to stamina is just a bit high, but you always like to see it when any stat to the left side, location or velocity, has 20, and location and velocity added up together equal 33, so that's always good. And then the skills are top-notch as a middle reliever, so I would keep this the way it is right now. Third middle reliever is Justin Wilson 2015. Another really good train right here, only 5 to stamina. Special training doesn't line up the same though. He is your last middle reliever though, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. And then last boss, Iron Will. Not a terrible skill set to have on a middle reliever, considering if you are losing, you most likely given up a lot of hits, so Iron Will isn't the worst skill set to have on a middle relief pitcher. Then Andrew Miller 2015, I assume this will have pitcher's chemistry. It doesn't, so out of all your 3 middle relievers, or relievers in general that are Black Diamond besides Chad Green, I would personally would have wanted to use May for pitcher's chemistry, since he is the worst relief pitcher out of the bunch, out of the 3 that is, but Miller's in the long relief role already, and he has an okay train. I would go ahead and try to roll pitcher's chemistry on him if you have the skill changes and the premium skill changes to do so. He doesn't have a really good skill set to start off with anyway, so this could be a work in progress for pitcher's chemistry, and that's what I would definitely do with this card. And then last but not least, Chad Green 17, I believe his best year with the Yankees, only 6 to stamina, 15 velocity, 14 fastball, and 12 to location. Dominant pitcher, last boss, 3-4-5 specialist. For a closer, you're definitely going to want to look for the winning streak skill with setup man and finesse pitcher or last boss. Any of those skills together are what would constitute for an endgame closing pitcher. So overall, your team is very solid, very good trains, great job of getting a lot of your cards to Black Diamond. You've focused a lot on your pitching, I see, so that's very good as well. Try to get that full Black Diamond starting rotation as fast as you can. Your starters are top priority in this game, and without starting pitching, to be honest, the rest of your team really doesn't mean a lot unless your pitchers can hold the line without allowing any runs. But almost forgot to check. Andrew McCutcheon 18, you got batter's chemistry right there. Awesome job with that, and his train isn't even that bad. Wow, only 10 to the right side. So all your batter trains are spot on, top notch, except for the last few in the batting order with Voit and then Gardner, and then even Stanton is a bit borderline, but I can't criticize much. Your trains are on point, special training's on point, skills are on point. Your team is looking very nice. Keep developing, keep getting those Black Diamond pieces, keep grinding out the game, and your team is looking on the right path right now. It's headed in a good direction, so awesome job. That's going to do it for today's video, and we'll head into the outro. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's showcasing video. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I do apologize guys, I've been a bit slow with the showcasing videos, and I'm still getting requests done that were sent in January, so I'm so sorry for the long wait for you all. I've been trying to pump out as much as I can. These videos take a while since I do try to give my best input for every single team that I review, so I hope you guys understand. And I hope you guys are enjoying the showcasing series. Even though they may not be your teams, I promise I'm trying to get to them as fast as I possibly can with my busy schedule. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that. Again, if you want to find out more about MLB 9 Innings and content that's out here on YouTube, check out the description box below for other YouTubers that do 9 Innings content. And then also check the description box for the criteria for the showcasing series if you don't know what the criteria is already. And then if you guys are interested, again, leave a comment down below requesting your team name, subscribe to the channel, and then send me an in-game friend request, and I'll try to get to your team as soon as I possibly can. The waitlist is a bit long, so it may take a while. But with all that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in